Credit Karma, they finally did it.
So this is the first time ever that an alternative to FICO has been approved.
This is a major update that FICO knew it was coming, but I don't think it was going to happen this soon. Okay, this wasn't supposed to happen until the fourth quarter of the year, but now it has officially taken place.
Vantage Score is a joint venture of the three major credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian.
Let's go ahead and get right into today's information. And what is this Credit Karma major update?
The aim is to increase competition in the credit score market and expand access.
First things first, guys. First off, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will now officially allow Vantage Score 4.0. For those who don't know, that is the algorithm that Credit Karma uses. Okay, that's the algorithm that Credit Karma uses. And listen, guys, they have officially gotten the green lights, okay, to allow this to be used for mortgage approvals. I know many of you all. Now, for those of you who are subscribed to the channel, we've been talking about this. This is one of the many changes that I told you all was coming at the beginning of the year. I told you all this was coming. Okay, this is just one of the many changes that are coming, and I'm going to keep you all posted as these changes continue. But this is a major shift away from the traditional FICO only system that dominated the mortgage industry for decades. Let me pause on that real quick. For those who don't know, if you want to see if you qualify for a home, it normally costs $30 to get your FICO reports, and so you can see your mortgage scores. For those of you who that don't know, okay, it is cheaper to get Vantage scores to see all three. Okay, and then it opens doors. It opens the doors for millions of consumers who may have unfairly been judged by older scoring models. So this means that you can officially, and this is just the beginning, use your Credit Karma scores to go into home ownership. Let me show you all what that's going to look like. Okay, let me show you all exactly what that's going to look like here, so you guys can actually see this. And by the way, too, I want to make sure you guys can actually see this, because this is some major news here that we're going to be seeing here. Okay, so let me by the way, I know some of you all have been asking us, can we help you all with your credit? Yes, we can. Okay, we most definitely can help you increase your credit score, qualify for home ownership, and we can also help you and qualify for home ownership and lower your car payment. We help this young lady do the same thing right here. As you guys can see, she went from a 575 to a 657, 657 to a 684. Either way, scan that QR code right there on your screen, and we can help you increase your credit score and qualify for your goals as well. Okay, so now I want to make sure I mention that, because people do ask us that question. I'm going to put those links inside of the comment section here as well. You are not by yourself. Okay, guys, we can always help you. Okay, so here I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this. This is major news, and this is for those who think that, okay, this is just something small. No, this is the beginning.
The Federal Housing Finance Agency will allow applicants to use a Vantage Score credit score for mortgages sold to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That decision, the aim is to increase competition in the credit score market and expand access to mortgages. Joining me to discuss what this news means for would-be homebuyers is Silvio Tavares, Vantage Score CEO and president. Obviously, it's good news for you guys, Silvio, so congratulations to you on this front. But this is a big change. The so-called FICO score has been sort of the benchmark within the mortgage market for a long time. So how Vantage Score scores folks different from that traditional method?
Well, thank you, Julian. Great to be on with you. The simple answer to your question is Vantage Score includes many more consumers, about 33 million more consumers. And about a third of that group are actually going to have a Vantage Score 620 or and above, which means that many more consumers for the first time are going to have the opportunity to have a Fannie or Freddie Mac backed mortgage. It's a huge, huge change. It's going to include more people that have been left behind. And it's a benefit not just for competition, but also for many American home buyers who are going to get their first chance to own a home.
This is the beginning. Somebody put that in the chat. This is the beginning. Okay. Now, this isn't the downfall of FICO. Okay. However, this is something you most definitely want to keep your eyes on because there's going to be some more changes coming, guys. If it starts with mortgages, that means credit card companies eventually will start using this model. That means auto loan companies, dealerships will start using this model. But anyway, this says right here, July 8th. You guys see this, okay? You guys see this right here on your screen, July 8th, okay? This is Freddie Mac, okay, and Fannie Mae. They have announced the long-awaited acceptance of Vantage Score 4.0. He actually posted it on Twitter. Let me show you guys what he posted on Twitter. Let me share this with you. Okay, so you guys can see it right here. Let me move this. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can see this a little bit better. So right here it says it effective today to increase competition. To the credit score ecosystem and consistent with President Trump's landslide mandate. Now, let me pause real quick. I know the administration is they're taking credit for this one. This was already in the works. Okay. If you've been watching my channel, this has been going on since last year. Okay. This was already scheduled to happen the third quarter or fourth quarter of this year. I'm not knocking the current administration. I'm just saying, can't take credit for this one. But anyway, to lower costs, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac will allow lenders to start using 4.0. Here's the biggest change. Watch this. With no current requirement to build new infrastructure. Let me pause on that. What does that mean? Originally last year, they were saying, and FICO was fighting, they were fighting them against this. This is the government in general. They were saying, hey, listen, the reason why they can't let something in is because everyone has to get new software. They have to update certain things. They have to start fresh. And so a lot of financial institutions were believing that. And they said, OK, we're just going to hold off on this. And this is why FICO has dominated for years, because they wouldn't let anybody else in. So for years, people were saying, oh, well, Credit Karma isn't your real score. Guys, it's a score. It's an algorithm. A real score is a real score. I've been telling people this for years. But hey, the real ones have been listening to me. But anyway, check this out. So now they says there is no current requirement to build new infrastructure. Okay, so that means that this can start happening today. We're going to talk about this in a second. And this also confirms the other change. Anybody know what the other change is? The other change is it stays a tri-merge. Let me break that down. That means, remember when I told you guys, if you guys haven't watched this yet, I'm going to pull it up here in a second. If you all have not watched it yet, I did a video on all of the credit changes that are coming in 2025. Okay, I'm going to pull that up here. Not the video. I'm just going to put the link inside of the chat. Okay, so you guys can watch it whenever you want to watch it. Okay, but here I'm going to put in here changes. I think it's FICO changes or something like that, 2025. And here it is right here. I got it. Okay, so I'm going to click this. I'm going to share this with you all, put it inside the chat here so you guys know to reference back to this. Okay, so this is it right here. Okay, that's the video right there. I just put it inside the chat. Okay, but either way, check this out. One of the changes that they said was going to happen was that they were going to potentially get rid of one credit bureau in order to help you make decisions on qualifying for homeownership. Now, for those who don't know, the mortgage industry pretty much leads all industries. Everything starts with the mortgage industry and all the other industries follow, for those who don't know. So because of that, they were saying that they were going to use two credit bureaus instead of all three, the major top three, because there's always arguments I see in the comments about which bureau and all. Listen, guys, there are a lot of bureaus. There's a lot of reporting bureaus, whatever you want to call them. OK, they're going to use Equifax, TransUnion and Experian. OK, and now they're going to be looking at all three. So what does this mean for companies like Credit Karma? Well, there's some back end stuff that we'll get into in a second, but I want to make sure I get you guys all of this information all at once. So let me go ahead and go to my next slide here so I can get you guys caught up on everything. OK, so let's keep going. All right. The next thing is Vantage Score 4.0 includes data So if you have not added rent to your rental history to your credit reports, you need to jump on this. If you have not added utility bills to your credit reports, you need to jump on this. If you have not added other non-traditional accounts to your credit report, you need to jump on this. This is why that game plan is crucial. I even talk about this in my free credit guide. You guys see it at the top? Let me move myself up a bit so you guys can actually see this. Okay. Let me move myself up. The next thing is, this is great news if you are renting and you're considering homeownership in the future. You say, well, Calvin, I don't want to buy a home this year. Great. Next year, 2 years from now, whenever that is, this is still good news for you. If you're a gig worker, which means if you combine your income with DoorDash, Uber, Amazon Flex, whatever, this is going to be good for you. And for those of you who don't have long credit histories, okay, it means more people can finally qualify for a home based on a fuller picture of their financial behavior. Are you all listening to this? Let's keep going. When does this start taking effect? Immediately. Immediately. Now, here's the deal, though. Check this out. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory that lenders have to do this, but you can now bring this up, which means if you just got disqualified for a mortgage last week, last month, last year, there's a chance you may qualify now. Okay, because remember, credit score is just one of the qualifications. They still got to check your debt to income, also known as your DTI. Your income has to be there. They have to see if there's been enough time after a bankruptcy. Are you all hearing this? Okay, that means buyers don't have to wait months or years to benefit from this. It starts right now. If someone was denied before, based on just their FICO scores, they may now qualify with a stronger Vantage score. Okay, this is major.